Good morning everybody, hope you're all well. Another week in lockdown over, and hopefully should be seeing golf courses maybe opening in the next couple of weeks, which will be great. Make the most of this beautiful weather we're having. So I've done a little bit of chipping, I've done a little bit of iron play, so I thought today we'd chat a little bit about the big dog and how we can maybe get a little bit more out of our drives. So I would say 9 people out of 10 who I coach will come to me saying they kind of want to get more distance out of their drives. And normally it's not a case of getting them to swing faster, but it's a case of making them more efficient with the speed they already have. So by efficiency, I mean getting the most out of the shot. And one of the key ways to do this is to get the club rising through impact. So if the club is hitting downwards on the ball, 2 things are going to happen. Ball's going to launch lower and it's going to spin more. Okay, now that's not good for drives. We want to get the ball launching higher and spinning less. That will then allow the ball to carry further. So TrackMan did a study. So TrackMan, for those of you who don't know, is a launch monitor. It's probably one of the most accurate launch monitors, if not the most accurate one in the game at the moment. It's what all the tour players use. And they used a robot, and they had that robot hitting 4 degrees on the downswing, level, and then 4 degrees on the upswing. And the difference between 4 degrees on the downswing and 4 degrees on the upswing, with the same club head speed, same strike, everything else, was 40 yards. So if you and 90% of the amateurs I coach, they'll be around about the 2 to 4 degrees on the downswing. And who wouldn't say no to 40 more yards? Well, if you follow what I'm about to show you, you're on the right tracks. So basically, if we can get the ball get you hitting up more, you're going to increase that distance. So one of the key things I see is how we set up. So the driver is very different to any other club. For that club to be rising as it strikes the ball, we need the lowest point of the swing arc behind. So that way it's rising as it hits, okay? Best way to do this is to get a little bit more tilt in your spine. So what I mean by tilt is I'm getting into this position, so you can see my shoulders are pretty much parallel with the floor, and what we're looking for is to see the left shoulder and the left hip higher than the right shoulder and the right hip. And what this position will naturally do, it will get the club shallowing out earlier, giving you a better chance to get it rising. Now I hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, you should have more weight on your right foot. I don't like that. I feel like that's more of a feeling than what you're actually doing. And I see a lot of players doing this. So they actually, if you'll notice, they haven't tilted at all. They're still parallel to the floor, but they've just shifted their weight back. It's not going to help. So we're going to keep our weight 50-50. Then we're going to feel like our left shoulder is sort of pointing up to the sky. Take your setup and see how that feels. For a lot of you, that will probably feel quite strange, but if you can get into the habit of setting up this way and returning to this way at impact, you'll see a very different ball flight. Higher launch, lower spin, and generally, if you're somebody who struggles with left to right curvature, it'll help reduce that as well. Because if you hit up more, the club will naturally work more to the right. So if my club is rising, it's going more up and right. So it's going to encourage more of those draw spin characteristics, right to left curvature, if you're right-handed. Okay, so this is a great drill you can do at home. You can stand in front of a mirror and just get used to setting up, again, left shoulder, left hip higher, and feeling that position. Okay, make the most of this time when we're not actually hitting balls. Get used to making some changes to your setup, get comfortable with them, so that when you are allowed to get out there and start playing and hitting golf balls again, you're going to see some big improvements in your swing. Okay, guys, as always, hope you're all well. I'm still doing online lessons, so if you want any tips, any drills or anything like that, specifically to you, don't hesitate to get in touch. Hopefully see you very soon.